We recognized early on that the customer experience was going to be the key to our success. Our customers have a lot of choice. There are a lot of technology companies out there. And if we weren't providing a customer experience above and beyond what they were getting from others, it would be hard to succeed.
Our goal here is 100% customer satisfaction. Everybody lives it, breathes it. If we find an area where we're not reaching customer satisfaction, then we immediately address it and then we improve upon it.
And quite frankly, it hasn't changed since 1999. The culture is still there, and when they handpick people, there's a reason, a rhyme and reason behind it, and we haven't deviated from that.
And you know, when I'm on conference calls with them and they're thanking me and telling me how great my resources are, I mean, that is so cool to have your customers say to you, hey, Leroy Skidmore's here this week and Leroy's great, or Kevin Taggart's here, and geez, are all your guys this good? You'd have to be in business to understand it, but that's huge when your customers communicate that kind of thing with you, and it happens all the time, which is, you know, that makes your job and your life a lot easier.
This is the Arraya vision. And what that gives the whole company now is one vision to strive for, and our customers. So now we go out there, when we say, hey, here's Arraya's vision, they're going to be able to work with it and talk to it, and then we can fill in the product side if they need it. You know, but what it gives us is the next conversation is, okay, now we took one step, here's the next piece of that vision. But it's not going to be built around a product. It's going to be built around a real business need. And everybody at Arraya is going to be aware of it, trained on it, and drive into that same message. So it's really going to help us and our customers realize that value.
A. Dewey Powell's, I would characterize us as a mid-sized company. In a mid-sized company, unlike some of the larger companies I've been with in the past, you don't have the size of staff that you have in the larger company. But you still have to get the work done, and you still have a lot of the same issues. Managing the data center, managing the network, managing the storage environment.
Arraya was introduced to us through EMC. We've used Arraya for a number of infrastructure projects related to virtualization, converged infrastructure deployment around our vBlocks, and have recently used them to help us with some Active Directory Federation services as we look into and investigate some of the Microsoft Cloud services.
Late last year, we actually signed an enterprise agreement with Microsoft for the full suite of Office 365, including Exchange Online. And we jumped in with the enterprise agreement and commenced a project with another vendor. And we're really early on with that other vendor. We just realized they weren't able to meet our requirements for that project. So we reached back out to Microsoft and asked them for their advice on who they recommend. And Arraya was one of the names they provided. Because it was kind of a rescue situation on the project, Arraya really listened to that, kind of understood where we were with the project, and really just came up with a different flexible approach, other than just the traditional out-of-box, this is how we'll run things.
I look at Arraya as kind of an extension of my team. We work in the healthcare environment, so everybody understands and knows the kind of financial pressures that are facing healthcare today. So the way that trickles down to my team is, it puts a constraint on staffing. Where I engage Arraya beyond the remote monitoring is, I need additional assistance for this project in this area. So I need help installing a new data center network. So I'll reach in for their expertise and pull an engineer in from their team to help my team learn that new technology, help configure it, and then once it's deployed, then that engineer kind of gracefully exits the project.
We look for assistance probably a little bit more than some others because we can't staff up for all those levels to maintain that expertise. So Arraya has been a great fit for us in areas where we don't have that solid expertise. We bring them in, we consult with them. Frankly, we learn at their side as they do installation work or configuration work for us. And then in some cases we take it over and manage it ourselves. In other cases we outsource the management environment. So it's been a really good fit.
I think Arraya has a great reputation as a technology company, but they have something different as well. And I think because of their focus around a regional marketplace and intimacy with those customers in that regional marketplace, they can leverage the focus on the best of breed technology really to a greater advantage and a greater value with those customers, because now we can really get to know them and we can be in front of them in a personal presence in a way that other technology companies can't.
And I sincerely say that Arraya truly is unique. I've worked at them all, I've worked at the big guys, I've worked at the boutique shops, and I really feel like, and I say it every day to my team, that we really fit right in between those two types of organizations. So we're still nimble and agile, like the smaller boutique players, but we have the structure, the people, and the processes that rival or are better than the big guys, without losing that agility and ability to be nimble.
I think customers definitely recognize the flexibility that Arraya can bring to them, and sort of making our business model fit what they need us to be able to do. I think they see it as an advantage because they know that they can get those one-off tiny pieces out of us, but at the same time we can handle and have handled those large-scale rollout deployments, everything from planning through training and development and handing it off to their team.
I like the fact that this company gets things done because there's no red tape. If I want a pencil, I don't need to fill out 20 forms. This company will get what you need because the end result is always going to be, what does the customer need? We do more than just offer products and services. We build relationships that last.
Everybody needs technology. Everyone does. Whether they know it or not, they need it. And if they can get it from a company that provides an enormous amount of personal attention and always does it right, then you got a winning model there. And that's really what Arraya's got going on.
If you don't love what you do, and you don't love making customers happy and satisfying their need to have that ultimate customer experience, it becomes very hard to be successful at your job. And of course that passion is it's contagious. And when you're passionate, when you're excited, that enthusiasm tends to be taken on by other people of your team.
14 CIOs throughout this area, every single one said the same thing. We love your people. They know when we come out, we're going to take care of them. We're going to fit their culture, right? Because we're coming into their home, and we're going to do a really good job for them. And that's what keeps us in business.